Stop scrolling. Yes, you. Because this message isn't for the lucky ones. It's for the person silently fighting battles nobody sees. The one smiling outside, but slowly breaking inside. You know that feeling, right? When everyone thinks you're fine, but your mind feels heavy every single night. When you try again and again, and life keeps pushing you back down. You worked hard. You trusted people. You believed things would change, but instead, you lost opportunities. You lost confidence. Maybe even lost yourself. And the worst part, nobody noticed. Nobody asked how tired you really were. Because the world only celebrates winners, never warriors still bleeding on the battlefield. There comes a moment when pain stops making noise. It becomes silent, dangerously silent. You wake up without excitement. Dreams feel distant. Hope feels childish. And slowly, you start accepting weakness as reality. You tell yourself, maybe this is my limit. Maybe I'm not meant for greatness. But listen carefully. That voice is not truth. That voice is exhaustion speaking. Because real strength isn't loud. It grows in suffering. Every rejection you survived, every failure you endured, every night you doubted yourself was training. Just like a pirate sailing through endless storms, you weren't sinking. You were learning how to survive chaos. Look at your scars. They are proof. Proof that life tried to stop you and failed. You're still standing, still breathing, still moving forward even when motivation disappeared. And that means something powerful. You haven't reached your limit yet. You're only standing at the edge of transformation, because the strongest version of you is born exactly where comfort dies. Think about Luffy. He lost battles, lost friends, faced enemies stronger than imagination. There were moments he cried, moments he collapsed, moments he felt completely powerless, yet he never abandoned his dream. Why? Because true warriors don't fight when they feel strong. They fight when giving up feels easier. And right now, you're standing in that same moment. Life asking one brutal question. Will you stay broken or become unstoppable? Because pain has two endings. It either destroys you or rebuilds you into something fearless. And the decision happens in silence. In that one moment, nobody witnesses. When you choose to rise again. So ask yourself honestly, when everything was taken from you, when hope disappeared, when the world doubted your worth, did you surrender? Or did something inside you start awakening? You know what hurts the most? Not failure, not rejection, not even losing. It's realizing you stopped believing in yourself. There was a time when your dreams felt unstoppable. You had fire. You had hunger. You believed you could conquer anything. But life happened. People laughed. Plans failed. Efforts went unnoticed. And slowly, that fire turned into doubt. You started questioning your own potential, comparing your journey to others, watching people move ahead while you felt stuck in the same place. Every day became heavier. Every step felt pointless. And deep inside, you whispered something dangerous. Maybe I'm not strong enough. But listen carefully. Strength is never born in comfort. Steel is forged under pressure. Diamonds survive crushing darkness. And warriors are created through suffering. Right now, the pain you hate is shaping the version of you the world hasn't seen yet. Because growth doesn't look heroic. It looks lonely. It looks exhausting. It looks like waking up tired and still choosing to move forward. Just like Luffy standing after defeat, bleeding, broken, yet smiling. Not because the battle was easy, but because quitting was never an option. Understand this truth. The world tests people right before their breakthrough, right before power awakens. Everything feels impossible. You lose direction, you lose confidence, you even lose hope. And that silence, that darkness, that moment where nothing makes sense, that is where transformation begins. Because when nothing supports you, you finally learn to stand alone. And once you learn that, no storm can scare you again. Think about your struggles. Every sleepless night, every insult, every moment you felt too weak. Those weren't signs to stop. They were invitations to evolve. Pain was never your enemy. Comfort was. Because comfort keeps people average. But struggle creates legends. So the real question is, when life pushed you to your lowest point, when everything inside you wanted to quit, did your spirit die? Or is it silently preparing for its greatest comeback? Tell me honestly, are you still afraid of failing? Or are you finally ready to fight like nothing can break you anymore? There comes a moment when pain stops hurting. Not because life becomes easier, but because you become different. You stop waiting for motivation. You stop expecting support. You stop hoping someone will come and save you. And suddenly, something shifts inside you. You realize no one is coming. No miracle, no shortcut, no perfect timing, only you. And that realization, it's terrifying, but powerful. Because the day you accept that responsibility is the day your awakening begins. You start understanding why every failure happened, why every betrayal shaped you, why every loss forced you to grow. Life wasn't punishing you, it was preparing you. Just like a warrior thrown into impossible battles, not to lose, but to discover hidden strength. Remember this, Luffy didn't become strong because he never lost. He became unstoppable because he refused to stay down. Every defeat taught him something. Every scar reminded him of purpose. Every broken moment built unbreakable will. And your story is no different. Right now, you're standing between two versions of yourself. The one who gave up too early, and the one who refuses to quit again. One lives in excuses, the other lives in action. One fears pain, the other uses pain as fuel. The choice isn't tomorrow, the choice is now. Because hesitation steals more dreams than failure ever could. Ask yourself, how many opportunities did fear already take from you? How many times did doubt convince you to stay small? How many dreams are buried simply because you waited too long? This silence you feel, this pressure in your chest, this restless energy, that's not anxiety. That's potential demanding release. Your mind is tired of limits. Your soul is tired of playing safe. And deep down, you already know you're capable of more, much more. So stop asking if you're ready. Warriors are never ready. They decide. They move. They rise. Because greatness doesn't wait for confidence. Confidence follows action. And the moment you take one fearless step forward, the version of you that once felt weak starts disappearing forever. Now answer this. When your true power finally awakens, will you control it? Or will fear chain you exactly where you are today? Comment honestly. Are you still waiting for the right moment? Or are you ready to become the moment? Listen carefully, because this is the part most people never reach. The moment after suffering, after failure, after loneliness, after everyone stops believing in you. This is where real warriors are born. Not in victory, but in silence. In those nights when nobody sees your struggle. When your mind fights battles louder than the world outside. When quitting feels peaceful and continuing feels painful. Yet somehow, you keep moving. Slowly, broken, exhausted, but forward. And that single decision changes everything. Because strength isn't explosive at first. It grows quietly, like fire hidden under ashes, waiting, breathing, becoming unstoppable. You start noticing something strange. Problems that once destroyed you no longer scare you. Opinions lose power. Fear loses control. Doubt becomes background noise. And suddenly, you understand what true freedom feels like. Freedom isn't winning. Freedom is becoming fearless of losing. That's the mindset of a king. That's the will of someone who refuses destiny written by others. Just like Luffy standing against impossible enemies. Not because he knew he would win, but because giving up was never an option. Think about your life right now. How many times did you shrink yourself to fit expectations? How many dreams did you silence to avoid judgment? How many versions of you died, trying to make others comfortable? Enough. Because the strongest transformation happens when you stop asking permission to grow. Pain becomes training. Failure becomes strategy. Loneliness becomes focus. And struggle becomes identity. You stop chasing validation and start chasing mastery. And once that shift happens, there is no going back. The world may still doubt you. People may still underestimate you. But inside, you know something they don't. You survived everything meant to break you. So why stop now? Why surrender right before evolution? Because understand this. The version of you who started this journey could never handle the power you're about to unlock. That's why life tested you. Again, and again, and again. Until weakness burned away. Now the question isn't whether you can rise. The question is, how far are you willing to go once nothing scares you anymore? Tell me honestly, what is the one fear you're ready to destroy today? This is the final moment. Not the end of your story, but the end of the person you used to be. Because every battle, every tear, every silent breakdown you survived was never punishment. It was preparation. You thought life was breaking you, but life was forging you, like steel inside unbearable fire. And now, look at yourself. Still standing, still breathing, still fighting. Most people quit when pain arrives, but you stayed, even when motivation disappeared. Even when nobody clapped, even when progress felt invisible, you continued. That alone makes you dangerous, because real strength isn't loud. It doesn't beg for attention. It walks calmly, knowing storms cannot shake it anymore. Remember this truth. Luffy never became strong because the sea was easy. He became unstoppable because he refused to stop sailing. And your journey is the same. The world tested your patience, your faith, your courage, your identity. Everything was taken from you at least once, so you could learn how powerful you are without anything. Now there's only one thing left. Decision. Right here, right now. You either return to comfort or step into the version of yourself that once felt impossible. No perfect timing, no guarantees, no safety, only belief. Because legends are not chosen, they decide. So ask yourself honestly, after everything you've survived, after every failure that tried to define you, after every moment you almost gave up but didn't, will you finally rise and chase your dream without fear? Or will you watch your own potential disappear forever? Comment now. Are you ready to become unstoppable? Or will this be another moment you let pass?